You will never become a good perfumer if you do not learn this basic skill. Making accords is absolutely integral to understanding how materials work together and how to create interesting and unique fragrances that stand out and catch the attention of others. When you're starting out, you cannot just throw 30 raw materials in a formula and expect them to make a nice fragrance. You first need to learn how these smaller accords work together. So, what is an accord? To keep it simple, an accord is a blend of two or more raw materials designed to be perceived as a single unified smell. The goal is to take separate smells, blend them together, and ideally create something altogether new. That is the sweet spot and the magic of perfumery. So in this video, we will cover how and why perfumers create accords, the methods they use to make them, and we'll also go over some of the most important accords that any new perfumer should master before they take on making full fragrances. If you're interested in this content and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to this channel. Every week we put out a new video on perfumery, whether it's educational like this one or behind the scenes of starting my own fragrance brand, Max and Mace. So join the community, we would love to have you. Now back to the video. So when you hear that a fragrance can have as many as 80 to 100 materials in the formula, it's easy to be overwhelmed by all that complexity. That was one of the greatest hurdles I had to overcome as a new perfumer, but it wasn't until I learned how accords are used that it all began to make sense. So think of accords as the architecture of a fragrance. You wouldn't just throw a bunch of bricks together and think that you're making a house. You need to build the house room by room first. So perfumers don't build fragrances note by note. They build them accord by accord, then stack and modify them. That's how you end up with a fragrance that has over 100 materials. It's not chaos, it's intricate, piecewise design. There are two different ways that you can visualize the structure of an accord. You can begin by making a vertical accord or a linear accord. Now, these aren't rigid industry terms, but they're helpful ways to visualize how accords function. A vertical accord could be a mix of a desired top note, a heart note, and a base note. For example, you could create an accord with bergamot and then rose in the heart and vanillin in the base. And that would be the vertical structure of your fragrance, and then you could build out from there. As an alternative, a linear accord is a structure that focuses on either the top, mid, or base notes alone. For example, you can make a floral bouquet heart accord, or you can make an amber accord that's the base anchor, or a citrus cologne accord that you could use as the top structure. So there's no right or wrong when you're choosing the structure that you'd like to frame your accord. And honestly, I go back and forth all the time between using a linear or a vertical accord. It all just depends on what's kind of feeding me creatively that day. I know of three methods for working on accords. The first method was made popular by famed perfumer Jean Carles. His method involves taking two raw materials and making multiple test batches where you adjust the proportions incrementally to study balance and dominance. So for example, you could start with a batch of 9 drops rose, 1 drop bergamot, then 8 drops rose, 2 drops bergamot, 7 drops rose, 3 drops bergamot, then continue the pattern until you find them balanced. As you can see, this method takes a very long time, especially when you add an additional material to the mix, but it is very helpful for learning the behavior that your materials have when they are working together. As a beginner, I highly encourage you to try John Carl's method for accord creation because it is extremely helpful for nose training. Most beginners get stuck smelling raw materials but struggle to make perfumes. Practicing accords teaches relative perception, how materials behave together, not just in isolation. Your nose learns perfumery through relationships, not individual materials. The second method I learned came from the folks at Perfumers World. It is a much faster way to reach balance among raw materials by using the simple calculation of 100 divided by the intensity of the fragrance. Perfumers World has a database of materials that provide their own scale of intensity and longevity for each material in their database. And I love using this method because it saves a lot of time when putting together a formula, but it does have some drawbacks. For example, if a material is missing from their database, you have to guess the values for the material, and so the method just falls apart. That brings me to the third method I know, which I call the chaos method. While I normally encourage new perfumers to practice in a more repeatable and methodical way, I do encourage you to take a stab in the dark and make a few accords where you're just playing around with the values and you're testing your intuition. Ultimately, the goal is to learn perfumery from the many teachers before us, but then it's up to us to internalize it and blend it with our intuition to make something truly unique. This is also a method that I use pretty often, and it only improves with more practice and more nose training. If you have any additional methods for blending accords, please let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for ways to improve my methods, and I would love it if you shared with the class. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So if you're wondering which accords a new perfumer should start with, you'll want to listen to this. If you can master 5 to 10 accords, you can make hundreds of perfumes. And these are the ones I think you should begin with. First, you'll want to learn a Fougère accord. This accord was popularized back in 1882 and comes from the French word for fern. It is comprised of lavender, oak moss, and coumarin. It is known as the first abstract accord because if you think about it, a fern doesn't have a scent, but it is meant to represent what a fern could smell like. It marks a shift from botanical realism to conceptual realism in perfumery. Next, you'll need to practice a Chypre accord. Francois Coty's Chypre formalized the Chypre accord as a structure and not just a scent, all the way back in 1917. The structure includes a citrus top, a floral heart, and a mossy woody base, which is typically oak moss. It taught perfumers that balance and contrast create longevity and sophistication in fragrance. Another major accord is the amber accord. That is a fantasy accord created to bring warmth and longevity to fragrance. It's built from labdanum, benzoin, and vanilla materials. It doesn't exist in nature, but became the backbone of ambery and quote-unquote oriental style perfumes, outdated term. Early icons like Guerlain's Jicky in 1889 and later Shalimar in 1925 helped popularize it as a sensual base, and it became one of perfumery's enduring inventions that has stood the test of time. I know these may seem like outdated examples, but these accords are still widely used in nearly all fragrances. Even the most experimental niche fragrances sit on these very traditional accord structures. In addition to these famous accords, don't forget that accords can be personal and not famous too. You can always create your very own accords that create reliable structures for your fragrances that you can revisit across many projects. Here are a few additional accords that you can experiment with as you continue your perfumery journey. Feel free to pause this video if you need. So perfumers, there's no need to be overwhelmed. Learn accords and the mountain of perfumery starts to feel a little less cumbersome. Creating accords is so important because it helps create consistency across batches, it allows perfumers to reuse successful structures, and it makes complex ideas faster to build and easier to adjust. Accords aren't just about smell. They can control how a perfume behaves on your skin. You can create an accord that affects the longevity of your fragrances, like a musky accord or an amber accord. It can affect diffusion, like a citrus accord or an aromatic accord or even an aldehydic accord. You can even shape accords that affect the dry down of your fragrance. As you can see, accords are extremely useful in perfumery and can be used in many different ways. You no longer have to be overwhelmed by the idea of going note by note for each fragrance. Now you have a framework that can help you build sustainable, long-lasting, unique fragrances. If this video was helpful to you, please let me know in the comments which accords you're excited to make. Thanks again for tuning into this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you're interested in Maximase fragrances, please check out the link below in our bio. And thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week.